likes up. Get them 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 likes up. Get them, yeah. Get them likes up. 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 Up.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Carly on Chiffon, and I'm back, and I'm with my co-host, and welcome to another episode of Spinning the Block. I am here with
Derek Demure.
And it's your boy, DJ Designs.
We don't make the headlines.
We just debate the headlines and we give it to you straight.
Yep, and we're gonna have a lot of debating going on today, y'all. So let's go ahead and jump in because I feel like we're gonna have a part 2 of last week later on in the show. But let's go ahead and start with R. Kelly first because everybody's I don't even know what to call him. People love this man and a lot of people want him out of prison. I think he need to stay where he at, but he's trying to get out again. R. Kelly's attorney is accusing the feds of a plot to try to kill R. Kelly while he is in prison. They're basically trying to say that they got a man who sent into the prison specifically to try to take R. Kelly out. And they're trying to say that he needs to be released from prison. We got a clip real quick. Let's play it and we'll talk about it.
Attorneys for singer R. Kelly are asking for his immediate release from prison, claiming that federal officials plotted to have him killed. He is serving a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking. In an emergency filing today, his attorneys outlined what they called a cover-up. Their motion alleges that the feds solicited a convicted sex trafficker who was Kelly's cellmate here in Chicago to steal correspondence between Kelly and his attorneys. They further claim the Bureau of Prisons transferred a leader of the white supremacist group to Kelly's prison in North Carolina with instructions to kill Kelly. That leader has a long history of filing lawsuits against the government and the Bureau of Prisons. We have reached out to prison officials and the U.S. Attorney's Office. So far, no response.
What are they trying to kill him for? That's what I want to know. What was the reason that they said that this man got sent to prison to kill R. Kelly? For what?
Well, you know, one of his cellmates. Okay. You know, one of his cellmates had got out and had been doing interviews like real life street stars, and basically said that the women who came out were basically lying, and the families were lying because they wanted more money and things like that. So I think with his ex cellmate coming out saying that maybe the feds did send some to try to, shut him up if he's been falsely convicted. I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying this is the narrative that could be spinning around.
But I don't get why they would want him in prison in the first place. Like if it was false and if it didn't happen and if all these women are lying or whatever the case may be, I'm still not understanding like what he has on the feds to make them be like, I'm gonna send somebody in there to take you out. You have to have some information about something that they want to keep under wraps for them to do something like that in the first place. So I don't know if I'm believing this one.
How much is his royalties worth? It seemed like they trying to put that man in prison and take all of his royalties. And R. Kelly then wrote for a lot of people. He got #1 hits himself. R. Kelly got an esteemed catalog, and if he still has a major claims to that stake, a lot of people could be out there to get him. You see how they got out there and they got to Tory Lanez. So I don't know. It seems like it could be some motive to want him. His catalog could be worth a $500 million alone. Just his catalog alone.
But he don't have a $500 million. R. Kelly don't have no money to show for a lot of the music and everything that he's done in the industry. So it's just like, even if you take him out, like, what is there? If he don't have the money, why do you think that you're gonna like come up with the money out of nowhere? You know?
Well, that was just because of the
It's worth
lawsuit.
that. He has. Go ahead.
That was just because of the lawsuits he was facing that he had went broke. But if you remember back what was it, 3, 4 months ago, R. Kelly got a royalty check for $500,000, like $500,000, and
Yeah.
that paid off all his legal fees and the rest of his restitution that he owed his victims. So all the money that's coming in now is his money.
Well, but before then, remember people were saying that the victims started coming forward because they weren't getting money anymore. Basically, like he was cutting them off or he was running out of money to pay them. So that's why they were trying to say that all of a sudden these women were like, oh, this happened to me and I'm going forward and telling the police about it. Because they said he was already running low on his funds before this even happened. So I'm just kind of like, he do have a lot of royalties. He has a lot of stakes in a lot of things, but I don't know if that money is actually showing up in his bank account at this point.
I
So,
mean, it should be, but he
It,
did come out with
it's
that
coming though.
remix.
but not the Chris Brown remix.
Yeah, residual.
Oh
Cause
my
that's
god,
how I'm telling you, their royalties about to stack up, man.
we're gonna see how this go, but I don't know if I'm believing it. I don't know if the feds is out to get him. I think he's just trying to figure out his best way to get out of prison, and I understand because who wants to be in prison in the first place? But
I mean, he doing the right thing. You got to bust a move to try to get up out of there. You got to make a play. You know what I'm saying? So
he need to call the inmates from Louisiana and tell him how to get out. He need to do it that way at this point because I don't think he getting out. He's probably gonna
Nah,
serve
he too famous.
years. You say too famous?
He too famous. Yeah, he can't take a page out their book. He gonna have to. He gonna have to win off an appeal or something. He too famous to be out here trying to be low key like them guys.
If he sneak out, I mean, he ought to have enough money to go get a little facial reconstruction and go live on an island or something for a little while. Just live low, live the rest of your life out. Like they say, Cuba, go to Cuba like like Tupac. I don't
shout
know.
out to the chat.
We'll see. Yeah, shout out to the chat.
Join
All
the
right.
conversation.
Okay, somebody else that's about to face some prison time is the man in Georgia who they said they raided his house and found enough fentanyl to kill the population of Georgia 4 times, y'all. This story was insane. Let's run the clip.
Federal agents say they found guns, drugs, and a lot of cold hard cash at 3 different locations in the Atlanta area earlier this month. They say it represents the largest fentanyl bust in state history. The feds wanted to search the home of Bartholomew Keaton Harrelson. They breached his door, and a few minutes after ordering him to come out, he did.
Turn around. Come, walk back.
The South Fulton home was one of 3 locations tied to Harrelson, a convicted felon. The other 2 raids took place in Douglas County and Atlanta. Investigators say they found more than 550 pounds of illegal drugs. During the searches, officials say they also found pill presses to create counterfeit pills, about $150,000 cash, and a piece of unique jewelry. Agents also found more than 24 guns, including a machine gun. They say Harrelson was prepared to protect his operation. He faces 3 federal charges, including possession with intent to distribute controlled substances. They found multiple types of drugs in pill and powder form. Specifically, investigators say they found over 56 kilos of fentanyl. Agents say it found enough to kill everyone in Georgia at least 4 times. There was also one other interesting find during their searches. Agents found a book, and I want to read that title to you right now. They say it was called How to Avoid Federal Drug Conspiracy and Firearms Charges.
The book is what took me over the edge. Because how did you get a book? If you didn't read that book, just let us know because you couldn't have read the book and still went to jail. It said how to avoid the charges, and you still got all the charges and probably more. You probably got more charges than what you even was reading about. That's crazy.
Bro, why you got all that where you laying your head at? You know, that's like rule number the game besides don't get high off your own supply. You know what I'm saying? It's like this nigga had a whole warehouse in his house, staying in a gated community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that was the stupidest thing to me. I mean, I know you had to have stash spots all over that you could have placed this in. You know what I'm saying? And you got 56 kilos of fentanyl. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, but they said that they rated three
I
places.
mean, it sounds like,
Go ahead, DJ.
mm, I mean, it sounds like he still got a chance to win to get off on this. You got that much fentanyl, you got that much drugs. I mean, if you're just a mule, hey, go ahead and Charleston White that thing. Point in the direction of who really it is. You might have to go into the witness protection program, but if you don't want to do that time,
No.
let them people know where you're getting that from. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let the boss tell on the bosses because it seems like you got connects with the higher ups in the organization. Anyways, you're gonna have to go ahead and spill the beans.
I mean, tell on the cartel or go to prison. I might just go to prison. I don't know. I'm you're not surviving
Yeah.
that. Telling on the cartel is crazy. No, just go ahead, just take it.
Hey,
Just go ahead, lay down in prison. You knew what you was doing. You knew what problems you could get from that. Just take one for the team at this point.
If they even think you gonna tell, they sending somebody for you. You know what I'm saying?
You and your
So
whole family.
I'm pretty sure they think it. I'm pretty sure they think he gonna tell with all that he got caught with. Yeah, something got to give.
Man, he got caught with a lot. It's not looking too good for that man. Not looking
Nah,
too
no,
for real, that's just crazy.
they talking about 40 years to life. Like,
I mean, he lucky that
40 years sound like
I'm about to say it sounds like you could
that's
kill the whole population of Georgia 4 times with what you had, and that's just
exactly.
that's not even the rest of the drugs. That's just the fentanyl. That's crazy.
somebody money fucked up right
That
now.
sound
I
like.
know somebody mad as hell right now.
Oh man,
For real,
somebody hurting for real.
somebody is pissed. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, prison is the whole situation today because we got another person going to prison, and that is none other than rapper Silento. Now, if you don't remember Silento from back, I'm not even gonna say back in the day. It was probably about like 2016 era, whenever the Watch Me Nene came out. He was that rapper, and he's about to get sentenced to 30 years in prison for murdering his cousin. This is crazy.
Well, Hawk pleaded guilty but mentally ill to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, and other charges. The victim here, Frederick Rooks III, he was shot and killed in 2021 in DeKalb County in the Panthersville area around 3 a.m. Hawk was arrested days after that shooting. Police say he confessed.
Man, what my thing is with this is all these rappers that are throwing away their careers and going to prison. I'm tired of saying this, honestly. They did say this has something to do with mental health issues, so I want to acknowledge that part of it. But man, there's so many rappers. Like, y'all know the rapper that sing "Painting Pictures." I can't think of how the song go at the moment. He was about to take off. He went and robbed somebody and killed him. Now he in prison. Like it's just happening to
Mm,
us.
But you know, a lot of people using that mental health shit to get off.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, maybe he was messed up on drugs at the time or
Mhm.
something like that. But that's not mental health. That's you making a bad choice to get on drugs. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And I just want to give a shout out to chat, man. Say X, X always holding it down, and we got viewers on Facebook right now. We got viewers on YouTube. We got viewers on all platforms. So I just want to shout out to X. But yeah, we can't keep blaming this on mental health all the time. Sometimes it's just bad decisions. You on drugs and you doing it in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. What you got to say, DJ Design?
yeah, I feel like a lot of times. I feel like a lot of times, especially with this situation, is you're young, you got a lot of money, and you feel invincible. So you mix that with drugs and guns, and then you're getting away with certain things. You probably go into a hotel, they give you something free. You go into a restaurant, they give you something free. Girl, everything you feel like you're the man of, and you're young, and you got a lot of money, and then somebody you got drugs and guns, and then you feel like you could take this person's life, and you feel like you're not even you feel like you can get away with that. I feel like this what that situation was. Reality sunk in, and what did they say he doing 30 to life? It's just man, he had one of the biggest smash hits, other than like Crisscross and Bow Wow. He was one of the youngest kids, but one of the biggest smash hits ever. And this is the way he throw away his life. It's just crazy, man. We got to be able to to catch them before they fall off like that.
No, for real.
Hey,
For
shout
real.
out to Mignon. She said if he go to prison, they gonna wipe his name.
Oh, that's too,
Man,
that's too funny. I mean, my thing
nah,
is,
for real.
you could say that it's like the music that people are listening to because there's so much music that's saying like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this person, do this, kill this, do that. You know what I mean? Like the music is crazy and it's like influencing a lot of bad things at the end of the day. But also like the music he was coming out with was just like fun for kids. Like I remember going to the football games and that was the song that all the kids listening to. Like I don't know where did it go wrong. Honestly, like where did it go wrong? Let me
They'll
see.
still send you to prison for mental
Seriously,
health. They got those type of prisons where they just have people suffering from mental health issues, and then they have they call them SSIs. They go over there and clean up behind them and stuff like that. But yeah, they'll still send you to prison. They don't care if you got, especially in Texas, they don't care about those mental health issues.
Yeah.
They'll throw you in one of them padded rooms and keep acting crazy too.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people just look at it like they rather be in prison than it actually rather be in mental health facilities versus prison because it's going to be a lot more comfy for you at the end of the day. So that could be what's going on too.
No
yeah,
doubt. But yeah, I just we see a lot of rappers like this that throw away they life and all this talent that they have by doing by, committing crimes or
Mm,
whatever, and it's unfortunate.
it is. It really is. Okay, let's go ahead and start the debate. I know that if y'all tuned in last week, me and DJ Design was going at it about this immigration debate and all the protests that have been going on in LA and different parts. So now the new thing is that there's a lot of black people that are saying that black people need to sit this one out, basically, when it comes to these ICE protests because they feel like Mexicans or some Mexicans are not on our side when it comes to our lives and, things like that. So we got a couple of clips and we're going to go ahead and talk about each of the clips because there was a lot that went into this. But, yeah, but listen.
Oh, my bad.
And I say this to my community because maybe you'll hear it better from me, from somebody who looks like you when I say it. If you want black people to join the fight against our oppression, for our struggle, then you need to be there to call out your own community when they're being racist towards black people. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want black people to support you, you need to support black people, even if that means calling out your own community and having some uncomfortable conversations with people you're close to. We are so much stronger united. Black people and Hispanics are so much stronger when we come together. But if we want black people to join our fight, then we need to recognize the racism, the colorism, and all other prejudice against black people within our own community. It's not fair to ask them to fight for us when you're not fighting for them. And I don't mean just standing up for them during the Black Lives Matter movement. I mean standing up for them in everyday conversations with your relatives, with your friends, with the people around you in your community. If you want black people to respect us, if you want black people to help us, then the least you can do is start by not using the N-word anymore and calling out your friends and family when they use the N-word.
Okay. Clip number 1. I'm going to let you go first.
I mean, we got somebody that's a part of that culture that understands that there's a lot of racist mentality that when it comes from Hispanic people, when it comes to black people, and it's like you guys basically don't let us into the cookout, well, metaphorically, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, the fiesta, or whatever you want to call it. But when it's you guys that's up against the wall, it's like, well, where are our black brothers at? They're not saying nothing. They used to getting treated like this all the time. Yeah, we used to getting treated like this all the time. And for a resounding fact that you guys are like, oh, you guys are okay. Pick yourself up by the bootstrap. I came to this country and I'm doing just fine. And now when the tables are turned, it's like, hey, they mistreating us unfairly. You guys are gonna help? No, we're gonna sit back because first of all, it's not unfairly because you're actually breaking the law. But you know what I'm saying? If sometimes we just we get criminalized just for being black. You guys are actually actively breaking the law, and if you wasn't breaking the law, then maybe we can actually get on you guys' sides. But if you come into this country legally and they messing with y'all, okay, we gonna ride with y'all 100%. But you guys coming in here illegally, taking up all the resources, and it's just like, dude, we can't help you out off of your premise is faulty. Get your premise in line, and maybe, and guess what? We will stand 10 toes down with you. As long as you in line, we there for you.
Okay, go ahead, Demir. I see you. You look like you got something to say.
No, I mean, well, part of the problem is when Mexicans come over here, and I'm not really speaking on the first generation Mexicans when they come over, but when you get to the second, third generation of Mexicans, those people start to assimilate like they're white. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's where the disrespect comes in for black people because okay, now you think um, you're in an upper echelon, so to speak, right? You think now you're better than black people because yo, the first generation came over here, they worked their ass off, they took the low level jobs or whatever, they scraped and scrambled to get where they were, so you could live a certain lifestyle. Now you're two generations removed, and you going to school with these white people. Now you're thinking less of the black people, but now all of a sudden, when it's an immigration issue, y'all think that we should stand together because we went through the same thing. But where were you when we were going through those issues? Y'all wasn't present. We was marching this stuff by ourselves, right? And then on top of that, this the person that you voted for.
Okay,
It's not like he didn't tell y'all he was gonna do it.
yeah,
He
like
been saying this all along.
I can't get behind the people that like voted for him and then get upset about what's going on. I really can't stand for that at all. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you knew what was going to happen. He told you out of his mouth, this is what I plan on doing. And then when it started happening, now everybody is up in arms and in shambles and everything like that. Now, when it comes to like the protesting and things like that, I just feel like at the end of the day, people of color are supposed to stick together. Like, I mean, I do. But I do also see it as like in the video, and that's video specific. We have a couple other videos we're gonna talk about, but in that video specific, what he's saying is like, okay, the people that want to say the N word, and he went to a Kendrick Lamar concert. Let me give some context. He went to a Kendrick Lamar concert, and there's a song that Kendrick Lamar was singing, and he's basically like, "Don't say the N word no more. Like, we don't want to hear you say the N word no more." All right. So that content creator made a video and basically put it up there. He said a lot of Mexican people were in the comments and they were being racist and saying, like, no, I say it because of this and I can say it and I can do this and I whatever, defending reasons why they felt like it's okay for them to keep saying that. It's not. If you're not black, I really don't think that it's okay for you to say anything like that. I really don't. But it's the people that's like racist and everything like that that make it really hard for us to come together at the end of the day. But I do feel like it's also a tactic to kind of like pull us apart. At the end of the day, like the government and other people of different races, like they will jump in this and like instead of having us stand together, they want to pull us apart and push us against each other to make us not unify on these topics at the end of the day. But really, the government is against all of us. It's not just the Mexicans. It's not just them. It's like right now, that's who the target is. But if the target switches to somebody else and now it's black people, now it's, other, then it's like, okay, why did we not stand together the first time? Because people want to just go off of, oh, they don't like us and they not from here. And I can't agree with it.
I don't know. Well, let's watch this
I
next.
mean, I just feel like we will have no problem. Okay, yeah, let's watch the next one.
Latino protesters call a black cop the N-word during the LA protest. Quote, I'll spit in your face, F your family, N-word, F your kids, N-word, end quote.
Yeah, okay. That right there, I can't respect it at the end of the day. But That's just how some people are. I mean, some people are just ignorant at the end of the day. It's not even to like make excuse about anything because I don't think that that's acceptable. Especially like that cop is just out there like he didn't react to them, he didn't do anything to them. Like he's out there just doing his job at the end of the day, and it's just like you're fighting against us and saying ignorant things to us when we're not the problem at the end of the day. So I get why some people are pissed and like, oh, I don't want to protest for you. I get why some people do that at the end of the day, but I just feel like we're supposed to stand together. That's just my personal opinion.
But how you standing together when you got people
I
that's
mean,
out there
naturally, that's.
calling you nigga? Go ahead, DJ.
I mean, naturally, from a holistic principle, from a holistic point of view perspective, yes, we're supposed to stick together because they want to oppress all of us, and they even using other minority groups to slightly oppress us too. But it's like at a certain point, a lot of Spanish people recognize that they can assimilate. So it's just like at us being black, we can never assimilate. We're always going to be black. I mean, you can live in a neighborhood, you can have as much money, like Kanye say. Even if you're in the Benz, you're still a nigga in the coupe. But you can go from, you know what I'm saying, to Alexandra Cruz to Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz is more whiter than most of these other rednecks. You know what I'm saying? But he's a second, third generation Hispanic American.
Yeah.
So it's just like, they assimilate, but it's okay to assimilate. You guys want to assimilate to whiteness because it's better to be whiter in this country, cool. But don't shit on us, and don't act like your parents wasn't on the same boat as us either. We gotta raise each other. We gotta be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with the way that they treat the people when ICE pull up on them and pin them down like they're animals or like they're, you know what I'm saying, at a rodeo and they're a cow roping them. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's do it correctly. And you do it correctly, I promise you, us black people will be there to fight for you because it's like, I understand how they doing you wrong, even though you've done everything right. But when you do one bad thing wrong, it's like, it's hard for us to stand with you 10 toes because it's like, damn, bruh, but you're illegal. Like, you literally actively breaking the law. Get that done correctly. We fighting for you, especially if they come for your neck. But I mean, you know how the laws are. The slavery was, you know what I'm saying, once upon a time illegal too. So I think you made that point last week. Like, the laws, just because it's law not illegal or whatever, doesn't mean that it's morally correct.
Yeah.
Where were they when dogs were biting us and we were getting sprayed with water hoses and all that stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are some that were there with us, like as far as like, you know, these protests. I'm gonna say recent protests and everything like that. I wasn't there during the civil rights movement, obviously. So I mean, you can look at pictures and textbooks, and I mean, in history, like classes and things like that, I was told that people from other races did come and stand with us at the end of the day, right? But of course, it was mostly us. I get that. We're gonna acknowledge that. But I'm talking about nowadays when we have Black Lives Matter movements. I do see a lot of people from different races go out there with their flags and their posters and everything. Like white people too. It's a lot of people that want to stand together and understand like some stuff is wrong and some stuff is right. You know, and they will stand up for and give justice to that. The problem is that there are a lot of Hispanic people who are deeply rooted in like racism. That is very true. I had a friend in high school. Well, we're not friends anymore, but at the time, I couldn't go to her house because she told me her family was racist. I mean, there's a lot of people that think negatively about the Black community, and we know that, we understand that, but I just kind of feel like for the people who really do stand beside us, it's like I want to be side by side for those people because I don't think it's right to be separated from your family or anything like that. I really just don't think that that's okay. But at the same time, there are a lot of people that make it hard because of how racist they are. You know, getting in the comments, calling us the N-word and doing all this different stuff it just doesn't make sense. We're supposed to be together at the end of the day.
And I think that's the problem right there because you got half of the Latino community wants us to stand with them and then half coming out with these racist comments. So, you know, as blacks, we just like, well, shit, we just gonna stand back and let this play out. You know what I mean? See how it play out.
Yeah, because we've been fighting a long time. We tired of fighting. If we look,
I
if
was
it
just
don't
about
got
to
if
say
it don't got
that
nothing to
shit.
do with us, huh? But
Tired of fighting.
I feel like the
But
target
now
will switch next. Go ahead, DJ.
you feel like what's next?
The target, like I'm saying, like right now, the Hispanic community is the target. But the Trump administration, they got 3.5 more years to do whatever they want to do. We don't know who he gonna go to next. So it's like at the end of the day, it's better to stand together instead of apart because we never really know what this man is about to do. It's right now it's Hispanics. Next week it could be black people. The week after that it might be the Venezuelan people. And also immigration don't just affect Hispanic people. Like that's another thing. Like it's really everybody from
That's what I
everywhere.
said, Ghana.
Yeah, it's everybody from everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just standing up for just the Hispanic community. It's really standing up for people of color in general from all over. So that's another thing to think about.
But don't get it twisted. The target never moves from our back. Even though we make up only 13% of the country, we always have a target on our back. They always targeting laws towards us.
Yeah,
There's always something being targeted towards the black community. So this ain't nothing new to us. It's something new for them because they're being directly targeted. But but when you go through generations and
Mm-hmm.
generations and generations, decades and centuries of being targeted, it's nothing new to you. You know, it's always gonna be something.
that's true. That's true. Let's play the clip about the reparations.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna get you.
that's true.
That's
So what do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and all
Reparations.
that? Yeah, there.
Are you talking about well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was
What?
it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's what we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody getting reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first.
listen, brother,
We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt.
Buddy about pissed me off. First of all, let's just get into it. So let's talk about what's fair and what's not fair. I didn't hear about no other culture getting enslaved in boats from one country to another, peeing on top of each other. They get over here, their children are getting fed to alligators. They're being hanged. So much has happened to the black community, and he want to talk about reparations.
Castrated.
We can go on and on about the stuff that happened for 400 years to the black people in America. Okay, when he's talking about his people, which are Hispanics, and I think it was also the Native Americans on that podcast, y'all fought for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all fought for it and you lost it. Like, in some situations you might have won this battle, whatever. Y'all fought and we didn't fight. We got sent over here without having any say so in what was going on. Yeah, there is a part in history where there are people in Africa that sold different African tribes to these white settlers. Yeah, that happened. But at the end of the day, like me and Demir was talking about it earlier, that we just feel like at the end of the day, they didn't know what was about to happen to these people they were selling off. They probably didn't care. But regardless, we had a lot more stuff happen to us. We're not about to go in here and just try to act like, oh, these people don't deserve it and y'all deserve it because what? No, y'all got to fight for what y'all wanted. Y'all got to fight for your land. That's different.
Exactly, and let's be clear. The Native Americans, they actively have reparations. They have private land or like forbidden land that the government cannot take. The government give them all type of incentives, tax breaks. I don't think they even have to pay taxes. They're the only type of culture that can actively have casinos. Casinos have billions of dollars in revenue. The Native American culture, they are getting their reparations right to this day. The Jewish culture getting reparations right to this day. The Asian culture has been has been repaired for what happened when they put them in those internment camps. Their whole family got checks that added up to millions of dollars. Everyone has been repaired. Even the slave owners who let go of the slaves, the government came in and repaired them financially for their losses and their property. Everyone has been repaired except for us. We was promised 40 acres and a mule. They gave some land to some people. Next thing you know, they rescinded that when Andrew Jackson got into office. It's like they give and they take, and then they take and they never give it back. We haven't been repaired. We're way, like they said, though, if we started right now building a wealth graph where we have, or trying to put a depth to the wealth graph from the white people, dude, it'll take 200 years just to catch up to where they are now, and then there'll be another 200 years past us. So yes, we need to be repaired. We need some type of compensation, and like I know Demir is not a fan of giving money to us, but we need some type of repairment through education, through land, something.
Wait, why you not a fan of giving money to us? I ain't heard about this.
I'm not a fan of just.
He said we're gonna trick it off.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of just giving money like right off the bat. For one, I think the black community needs to take some financial literacy classes. Don't just give everybody this money because right now, because in 10 years they're gonna be broke again, and then they're gonna be crying again.
Hey,
You
not
know what
even
I'm saying?
you see what they
Not
do.
yeah, exactly. Depending on how much we get, you know what I'm saying? I think we need, you know, we need to become financially literate, right? So we can invest it the right way, so we can build up another Black Wall Street, Wall Streets. You know what I'm saying? In our communities and stuff like that, so we don't have to go outside and rely. So the dollar can circulate more than 3 to 6 hours in our own community. You know what I'm saying? In the white community, it circulates what 13 times, 15 times. In the Asian community, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, we need to, or days I should have said 15 days and 17 days or things like that. But yeah, we need to be.
I'm with Mignon. I need the money, man. We are the most innovative people. Get us some money. Get us some money. I promise you, we won't go broke. We've been surviving this whole time. You know what I'm saying? With medium households of 30 to 50,000, and we doing it like everybody else who got medium households of 100 to 200K. Give us that money. We gonna know what to do with it. We just need we need the access and we need the capital, and we're gonna be fine.
I don't know if we're gonna know what to do with it, but at the same time, I mean, if you mess your money off, you mess your money off. That's your business. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, hey,
That's your business. I agree.
yeah, I mean, but I do think that there's so many, like, black women, and I think black men are like two of the top educated groups of people in the United States in the first place. So I feel like we do have a good amount of our population that will know what to do with the money and will build up the community. But you have some people that's gonna mess it off. But you have that in any kind of community. There's going to be some people that are not going to do right by the money that is given to them. But that's just all hypothetical in the first place, because I don't know if we ever going to get this money at all. But now we see that if we do, it's going to be people out there protesting about it. That's just crazy. We can't have nothing without it being a problem.
We'll probably never get it, especially in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably never see it in our lifetime. It'll probably be another 200 to 400 years before they even think about giving us some land or monetary compensation. But at the same time, we do need to start um, teaching our kids financial literacy and things like that, because there's a lot that we don't know about credit, that we don't know about banking. You know what I'm saying? And things like that other races do, and that's why they come up, and that's why they own real estate and things like that. So we need to educate ourselves in that before. I was just saying, before we actually get a whole bunch of money and then don't know what to do with it, right?
Yeah, no, I
I
agree.
mean, I'm optimistic. I think the money's coming. I think it's coming in less than 5, 10 years. Especially the way things are coming, especially the way people are turning around. Even the Hispanics are starting to understand, like, all right, in order for us to win, the black people have to have a foot in this too. And they're actually becoming the majority. Like, the Hispanics are actually becoming the majority. So if they want to, you know what I'm saying, relinquish some of that power from these baby boomers or whatever, they're going to have to put us in on the mix. And I feel like that money's coming in less than 5 to 10 years. We're making significant change. Reparation bills are being talked about through Congress at all levels, through the state and through the federal levels. It's a topic to be had. Kamala Harris had the issue about it when she was running for president. And if they want our vote, and if we get organized, that's going to be one of the things on the table. So I feel like it's going to be, if we can be organized, if we can come together, if we can get on one thing, I feel like that money's coming sooner than later.
We not.
You see, I mean, it's not impossible.
Not in Trump's administration, no.
Maybe in states like California, maybe at the state level, maybe like they'll get some reparations. But we're talking about Deep South. You know what I'm saying? In the Deep South, where slavery was prevalent, they're not talking about giving reparations. These white people don't want to don't want to see you with reparations around here. They try to take the little land that a nigga do come up on.
Mm-hmm. Greg and Ted
federally,
they're not trying to help us.
Federally, if it's a federal mandate, what they gonna do about it? Nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Hit the cash out.
Who's going to get in there? Okay, who's going to get in there and propose these bills for reparations that's actually going to pass through the House and the Senate to get to the president's desk?
But
I don't even think Kamala would have tried to.
You don't think
tell
so?
you the truth? Nah, she'll tell you that sucker shit, but she ain't gonna do it.
She wouldn't. I don't know. She might have been our best.
If we organize our vote, they'll have no choice but to make it a mainstream topic, or it could be catastrophic for the candidate who doesn't want to even beyond talk about it. We need some type of legislation. It could be catastrophic for the candidate who doesn't even want to have the conversation. If we organize our vote the right way, we're the vote that can be the tipping point.
In order to organize our vote the right way, we're going to have to get away from the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, because those are two systematic entities that's been there for years. We'll have to put the right candidate in place from our community, and that's not necessarily saying that he'll win, because he'll have to win over the other races too.
Or we can promise one of the candidates from the Republican or the Democrat, hey, if you want it's about even right now. We got even Republicans and even Democrats. If you want the black vote to send you over the top, we need a serious conversation about how these reparations will be distributed. This black vote, this 13%, could take you over the top. And we will vote for you en masse if you're talking about it seriously.
How long both of these parties been catering to the black vote, and we never get nothing out the deal? Just something as simple as the George Floyd Act, right? That Biden actually ran on and said he was going to get this bill passed, okay? As soon as it didn't pass the first time, they didn't even bring it back up. But the Asians got a hate crime bill. That shit passed like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we can't even get a George Floyd bill to pass. Do you actually think they're going to pass something for us for reparations? Or even bring it up?
They gave us.
Well, we're going to hold our vote then. We're going to hold our vote. And the smart candidate, go ahead, Cardi.
Oh, no, I was just saying they gave us Juneteenth. That's probably what he was just trying to. Juneteenth, he felt like that was probably enough. That's for real. He probably thought that was enough. And he just said, whatever,
And we were celebrating Juneteenth anyways in Texas before it became national, so he didn't give us nothing really, but made it federal, I feel you.
Yeah.
But if we organize a vote and a smart candidate, one of the smart candidates, you're like, you know what, let's just get these black people what they want so we can go ahead and win presidency. Hey, now that's politics right there. That's politicking, but we gotta put that vote, we gotta get aligned with each other.
I'm not saying our vote not important. Our vote is definitely very important and can be a tipping point, but really it's getting in line with the Hispanic community that we just was talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's stronger when we stand together, because they have a big part in the population as well. And that's really what drove Trump over the edge for this last presidential candidacy. Like, that drove him over the edge, was having the Hispanic vote and the black male vote at the end of the day. So this is one of them situations where I feel like if we want something out of the deal for real, it's like really just come together. I mean,
they not giving you land.
I see your point. But the Asians the Asians are a smaller population percentage-wise than us here in America, and they pull their vote together. They finance a lot of their political figures, and they also, depending on where they are in the country, like they're in Houston, they'll pull resources together and let a Democrat know, like, hey, you got to do something for our community, and we're pulling resources together for you. And guess what? That Asian community be top priority because they have they vote as a unit, and they also putting resources together for the candidate. And they're a smaller minority than us, so it's like we can do it. It's strength in numbers, and it's strength in being on code with each other, all having pretty much the same ideology to move our situation further. And yes, it would be nice to team up with the Mexicans, but if we can have our own block together that we're not moving, we won't even vote. Then we'll just let you guys stick it out until one of those candidates smart enough to be like, you know what, we need that black vote. We're going to cater to that black demographic, and we start getting things done. You know what I'm saying? And we also need to get it done ourselves, but moving stuff through legislation could be one of the biggest ways we can do it also.
But if you think about it too, though, let's say that you do take a population out of the vote, but at that point, there's still people that are voting. So regardless, the vote gonna happen whether you vote or not. So that's like, there was a lot of people in this last presidential race where they were like, I'm not gonna vote at all and things like that. At the end of the day, when you don't vote, you have to realize that they're still going to count whatever ballots was put in there, and that whoever won is gonna still win. Like, it's, you not voting is not really helping the situation, because regardless, somebody is going into that seat. We don't have a year where they're like, oh, too many people decided not to vote, so we're just gonna not put anybody in office. So it's like, you really still got to get out there and vote. I think it's just more so the unity, like you said, like coming together to pick who we're gonna put in office.
But we might have to sacrifice an election year or two.
We need to focus on voting for the legislative branch. They don't put who they want to put in as president, right? Because not the people's vote, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, because 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, the electoral college will go with the popular vote, but it's been overridden at times too. Like Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she lost the electoral college, right? I think Al Gore won the popular vote, but he lost the electoral college, right? That's how George Bush got in office. So we need to focus on voting at the legislative level and the local level, right? We need to vote for our senators. We need to vote for our House representatives. And we need to vote for our local leaders, like our mayors and city council members and stuff like that. That's how we get the ball rolling, right? Don't just focus on the president, because the president not guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true. And he's especially the one that we got right now. But
I agree with that.
A lot of black people don't vote at the local level. They'll wait that 4 years and then they'll turn out and vote for the president when they need to be voting at the local level first, and then voting for their senators and stuff like that. And don't listen to these people that tell you vote Democratic straight up and down the ballot. Vote for who you think has your best interest at heart. That may be a Republican, it may be a Democrat, it may be an independent, but you need to do your own research. Don't just vote Democratic up and down the ballot and you don't know who you're voting for.
Yeah, you definitely need to do your research on it. And speaking of the president, there's been so many other protests going on. There were about like 10 protests that were scheduled in Houston for yesterday, actually, for Saturday. No Kings protest because of Donald Trump celebrating his birthday in a kingly style, is what we're going to try to say it is. He had the military out in full force for his birthday. I think we have a clip of this, right?
We got a clip of some of the protests. I don't know if it's the
From coast to coast, Saturday protests are planned in more than 1,500 U.S. cities, including at least 10 in the Houston area, from Huntsville to Sugar Land and Brenham to League City. The No Kings organization says it's taking a stand against what it calls President Donald Trump's authoritarian overreach and abuse of power. While No Kings is calling for nonviolent events, Texas Governor Greg Abbott's office tells KPRC2 News the state of Texas stands ready to deploy all necessary personnel and resources, that Texas will not tolerate the lawlessness we have seen in Los Angeles.
Man, Greg got on and Greg Abbott is who I'm trying to say, but he is
Hot
our
Wheels.
yes. He got on Twitter and tweeted out F around and find out. That just took me out. As a grown man that's over Texas, why did you think that that was okay for you to get up there and tweet F around and find out?
No, Texas ain't playing. Don't bring that bullshit to Texas. That's what he said.
This is
Like,
such a ghetto state. It's so ghetto here. It's so ghetto. I think I think Demir's muted. What you
he's
thought about
not
it?
gonna be led to patrol in his
Oh, there you
officers.
go. Go ahead. Go say what you said again. You kind of went out for a second.
Oh no, I was saying he not about to be letting these immigrants and illegals throw rocks and pull guns and stuff on his officers.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I don't want it to get all out of hand. Nobody want to see all that happening in the first place. I mean, it's not good for either party, but it's just like F around and find out was just crazy. I said, did his grandson grab the phone and say, Grandpa, let me add this in there real quick? You shouldn't even know about no F around and find out. Come on now, Greg Abbott. What you thought about it, DJ?
I mean, at the end of the day, the boys in blue, they live for this type of stuff. They want a reason to come out there and do some harm to you. Just give them a reason. They're gonna pull out their pepper spray, their baton, and hopefully they don't pull out that other thing on the right side of their hip. But they want a reason to get down and dirty. A lot of those guys live for that situation. So that's all Greg Abbott. He's sending out what they call dog whistles for. Like they sending out that silent whistle for, hey, boys in blue, do what you gotta do. Cause we ain't gonna tolerate that lawlessness going on in my state. But at the end of the day, I feel like the No Kings protest is just it's not needed. We all understand that he ain't the king. He he lost the presidency the last term, and I mean Kings would have just, oh well, I don't care what the numbers say, I'm still in this bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's obvious that he's not a king. So people need to stop stretching that rhetoric. And these protesters are useless because what's even the end goal behind it? You guys are just mad that your party didn't win, and it's okay. Suck it up. Support your president. Let's be on board like an American citizens. Take these 4 years and if you're and support him. And then when it's over with, send a strong enough candidate out to beat him. And then us, if that happens, us Republicans or Republican people need to get on board with the Democrat. We need to get on board with the leaders of the free world and stop having so much opposition against them because we already got enough that we fighting. We got Iran out here, and no, who is that? We got Israel out here trying to start World War III. You know what I'm saying? So we need our focus as a country on stuff like that and not dividing us internally. In my opinion,
So, you know what this military parade just showed the world?
Well,
How weak our military is. That shit look weak
crazy.
as hell. Man, that shit look weak. Look, they wasn't even marching like in rhythm or in step.
oh
That
my
shit was weak. And then them weak ass tanks that they had out there and stuff. This outdated ass military equipment that they had out there. Like GF said, nobody showed up. Nobody even want to see that shit. It's showing the world how weak our military is and how outdated
The
some of
world.
our equipment is.
One thing the world knows is the U.S. military ain't weak. So if they want to f around and find out, like Greg Abbott said, they
God.
more than welcome. But we know this military ain't weak.
The world don't know that, and guess what?
We
A lot of our technical parts that come from making these aircraft and these ships come from China and Taiwan, and China is talking about taking back Taiwan. We ain't even gonna be able to defend ourselves if we don't have the proper technology.
Yeah, we might be the ones finding out.
You
I mean,
crazy.
it's gonna be too cute.
You crazy.
I mean,
We've
really,
done
it's
that
time
before.
to, dude. It's really America. It's time to start looking at ourselves and looking in the mirror and actually seeing what's going on. We're not the number one superpower anymore.
Yeah, but you can't tell Trump that. That's the thing. Like you can't tell him that. And you said that we need to like unite and support him. I can't get behind it. Somebody that is not uniting, he's not united us himself. Like he's literally separating people. People literally break off friendships because of you support this man, I don't support this man. I have not seen a president in history that has torn us apart more than Trump and divided us more than Trump. I mean, that's just the facts. I mean, for real.
And
But
did you see Iran? Did you see how Iran shot down that F-35 jet? It said F-35 jet one hadn't been shot down since 1998 or 1999. Man, they
no.
took that thing out the sky like it wasn't shit.
Ooh. What you got to say about that?
They really don't want to. Iran really don't want no problems. They can't even handle Israel right now. So let's be for real. They can't
They
handle
handling
Israel.
this
Israel. Wait,
They
so
handling
Israel
this
took out their leaders. Israel took out their leaders. Israel took out a big part of their government just recently, and they over there acting like they so exacerbated. Israel is come on now. Israel about to handle them up. Israel got them, and they got them Palestine people they got to worry about.
Israel was supposed to have that iron dome that couldn't be penetrated, but it got penetrated, didn't it? Iran told the city of Tel Aviv up too. I'm trying to stop cursing so much.
He's trying to clamp their
I
mouth.
don't know.
Bring it in. I'm trying to bring it in.
Hey, you're not the only person that need to stop cussing because it was a Florida sheriff who also was kind of getting a little crazy on the stand. Whenever he was talking about these protests, he basically told them to don't bring it to Florida because he is going to tear it up. He said basically, y'all come here, y'all can do peaceful protesting, but as soon as it gets unpeaceful, he said he's going to be sending y'all home in body bags. Basically, he said your family is going to be planning some funerals. He got on that stand and he went crazy.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street.
Crazy.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
He wasn't playing no games. That man,
he was serious.
He was serious. I mean, at the end of the day, I get it. They don't want to be in those situations where they have to not return to their family and everything like that too. But also, you signed up for a very dangerous job. Not saying that protesters need to be doing all this crazy stuff, but he got up there and was like, yeah, like, we finna fight back and we're gonna kill you. And that was crazy to me. That should be illegal for you to even be saying stuff like that.
Nah, for real. We will kill you graveyard days.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sound like Trump's brother.
Yeah, the way he's. But I told you, these guys just want an excuse to go out there and do something to you. And it's just like, don't give them that excuse because they really have the authority and they'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll do it and with no hesitation. So, and us black people, we kind of understand that. I don't think these Mexican protesters, they thinking like, oh, they ain't going to do much just as America will do something to you, my boy, especially down here in these southern states. California probably a little lenient, but don't come around here with all that bullshit because they want you to do it.
So they want you to F around and find out. Apparently, that's what
for real. That's a southern state, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Florida, they ain't messing around with them immigrants. They got DeSantis down there, Governor DeSantis. You know, he on the same level as Trump. Sometimes he a little bit more extreme than Trump. You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah,
you can't move like that, like you moving in California and destroying property and things like that. Now these laws be ready to put one in.
Yeah, they do. They really do. Well, let's go ahead and get an update on the Diddy trial. We are about to enter week 6, I believe, of the Diddy trial at this point. And he had a special appearance from Kanye West at the court, y'all. One of his
Friday morning, one hip hop icon supporting another. Kanye West arriving in a Maybach at federal court in Lower Manhattan, where his longtime friend, Sean Diddy Combs, is standing trial for sex trafficking and racketeering. Now, let's talk about the issue with juror number 6. What is happening right now with the dismissal of this juror is basically he doesn't live in the state of New York. He lives in New Jersey. The court citing the fact that he gave conflicting answers on his jury questionnaire, saying he had effectively a residence in the Bronx. He receives mail in the Bronx, but really lives in New Jersey. Lots of objections to this dismissal by defense attorneys for Sean Combs, saying it's really disrupting the diversity of the jury because this is a 41-year-old black man. Judge Arun Subramanian says he will reserve the right to change his mind over the weekend. But at this point, that juror number 6 will be dismissed and will be subbed out with alternate number 1, which is a white male.
Now, what she was talking about at the end of that clip was basically that one of the jurors got dismissed from court because he basically was saying that he lived in New York, but actually lived in New Jersey. So there's some conflicting stuff going on. But that was a black man that was in his 40s. And so basically him getting dismissed and replaced his replacement is a white man, which Diddy's people are not having that. They're not excited about that because that kind of takes down the diversity of the jury, which is a big part of it. You really never know what this person is going to come in and start thinking about you as, like you had a brother, now you got, somebody else. So I don't know how this is going to go. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for that. I said thanks for that clarification because that people don't realize how important it is to have some representation on that jury. So yeah, I didn't even realize that's what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Kanye showing up was a big move because I feel like other than family, nobody showed up for Diddy in this case. Nobody really showed up. They showed up to get a glimpse at him, to laugh at him, basically how a lot of people did when Michael Jackson was on trial. A lot of people was showing up to basically laugh at him or just get a glimpse of him going through his ordeal. And Kanye actually showed up in more support. No, he didn't get a chance to go into the actual courtroom and put eyes on Diddy, have Diddy put eyes on him, but he went to the overflow room. He was there in support. I'm pretty sure word got back to Diddy. And, shout out to Kanye for being a strong black brother and just having his billionaire status show up and just being in alignment for Diddy one time. Just support. I mean, Diddy changed so many people's lives and nobody's in his corner. So I don't know. I think it was a dope move by Kanye and a strong black move to show unity, in my opinion.
Is Kanye who you want to support you, though? I don't know if that's really a cute move at all. Like, he just was in a black KKK outfit like a couple weeks ago. I don't think that's who you want showing up to court to support you. It's not, don't make the best.
Kanye is already on the outs. Kanye on the outs already. It's not like he don't have anything. It's not like he has something to lose, right? Yeah. Kanye don't have anything to lose by supporting Diddy. That's why he's doing it. Now you have all these other people that Tia Kemp spoke of, and I'll play that clip in just a minute. But like Mary J. Blige, Rick Ross, all the people that were at these Diddy parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have endorsement deals to lose by backing this man because of not only his lifestyle, but the domestic violence claims against women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't want that Me Too movement or whatever it is, whatever they're calling it nowadays, to be reflected upon them. Because some of them, I'm not gonna say a lot of them, I was about to say a lot of them, but some of them probably have underlying issues. You know what I'm saying? That they taken care of on the low. So you don't want that type of stuff to come to light. So you want to disassociate yourself with this man as much as you can. That's why you haven't heard anything from Jay-Z.
Yeah. You don't want to be associated with stuff like that. At the end
I
of the
mean,
day, bad look.
you guys are saying Kanye on the out. Kanye been on the out since he said that stuff about Taylor Swift on when he pulled up and said that with Beyonce about Taylor Swift. Stop playing. Kanye is uncancelable. Kanye lost $1 billion, was broke, had all his assets frozen, and got $1 billion back. Matter of fact, he up $2 billion now. This is one powerful black man that can't be stopped, and they just mad because no matter what they say, he ain't never been on the out. Kanye is always going to be somebody that you want in your corner that can team up. They can't cancel the man. He got fans, he got revenue, he got resources, he got land bigger than most cities. Stop playing. Kanye is a genius, and he's on another trajectory, and they're mad because they can't box him in. They're mad because they can't box him in. So
go ahead, keep going.
Get your rant out.
So for Diddy to have somebody like Ye in his corner, it speaks volumes. He got unlimited resources just in case we need to appeal it. All right, you ran out of money. Don't worry, Diddy, because I know how they're gonna try to do you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and finance this for you. It ain't gonna hurt me too bad. You need people like that in your corner, and then when Diddy get out, they can team up and they can turn a world on fire. You know what I'm saying? They can set this whole thing ablaze.
The only reason why Kanye has not been canceled, I'm going to explain this to you because I just feel like I was thinking about this earlier and I was just like, Kanye, you can't take away his musical genius at all. He is he's great. He's one of the best artists to me as far as like rappers. But the reason he hasn't been canceled is because he hasn't committed any crazy like crimes. Like when it comes to Diddy, you see what's going on. You see what happened with the Cassie video. And before the Cassie video came out, it was a lot of people that didn't even want to believe it at all. So that's the only reason why Diddy got canceled is because of that Cassie video. When it came to Bill Cosby, there was still a lot of people that was trying to defend Bill Cosby and everything he was doing. When it came to R. Kelly, same thing. But when it's sex crimes, at the end of the day, that's very shameful. Like in a lot of senses, like, it's terrible. Like you're destroying people's lives, changing people's lives. In a lot of senses, they're saying that Diddy like conspired to like, kill people and everything. That's not in the court documents, but it's a lot of different conspiracy theories going on about what is going on with Diddy, right? Kanye ain't killed nobody. As far as we know, Kanye didn't, sexually assault nobody as far as, what I'm saying? So it's just like, how can you cancel him just because he's having mental issues, which started right whenever his mom passed away? He's been kind of spiraling out of control since. So it's like a lot of people, in a sense, kind of sympathize with that because he literally just probably feels like he had something to do with his mom passing because he paid for that surgery that ended up killing her at the end of the day. And that's not your fault. You're not the doctor and everything like that. But at the end of the day, he just got mental health issues, and that's how people are looking at it.
Damn, they want to call it mental health. I call it
right now either.
Wait, I can't hear y'all. What y'all say?
I said he don't have that many friends in the industry right now either.
He don't, but like as far as being like canceled, where people are just like, I'm never gonna listen to Kanye or anything like that. People aren't really doing that. They get mad at things that he does, but they just blame it on mental illness at the end of the day. Like that's kind of what they draw back to, and they still gonna listen to him. R. Kelly, Diddy, Bill Cosby, it's like that's a different situation. I don't think he uncancelable, but I think that until something come out crazy, he's, it's just like, oh, that's just Kanye.
Let's see what Tia Kemp had to say right
quick. So Kanye gonna be the only one that show up at the courthouse in support of his buddy. Since nobody don't want to say it, I said. All right, Callie, get your big fat ass down there to the courthouse. Ross, get your big white ass down there to the fucking courthouse. French Montana, get your yellow ass down there to the fucking courthouse too. Kevin Hart, get your short ass, funny ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse too. Meek Mills, get your Philly ass down there to the fucking courthouse too. And all them bitches he was fucking, Young Miami, I love you. But get your ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse too, city girl. Who else? Saucy Santana. That's your dog too. Go down there to the motherfucking courthouse now. He needs support, y'all. Who else? Joey Chavez. That's her name. Future baby mama and Bow Wow baby mama. Take your ass down there too, girl. Jennifer Lopez. Get your ass down there too. Who else? Gina. Where the fuck you at? And hiding. Get your dick sucking ass down there, motherfucker too. You stirred up a lot of shit. Who the fuck else? Who the fuck else? I'm trying to think. Who else?
She gonna say they text
Most of you
me,
motherfucking rappers that was on this dick. Y'all niggas was on this dick. Get y'all motherfucking ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse too. Like I said, get y'all ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse. They messaging me telling me to say Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, Naomi Campbell, Paris Hilton, Trump, your orange ass too. Who the fuck else they just told me? Boy, they got a long ass motherfucker.
Tia Kemp is the sickest, man. She is crazy. Oh my gosh. I hadn't seen that one. That's too funny.
Nah, but she right though. I mean, if this was y'all was at these brunches and these parties and stuff with him, and the man got a lot going on, right?
You went out.
Can you hear us?
Okay, there you go.
Oh, some of that testimony I don't believe of these witnesses, but like he do need some backing. Where are all his partners that were at these brunches and these Diddy parties? We're gonna see who come to his defense on this stand and what they have to say about it. So I'm gonna reserve judgment because I have been quick to throw Diddy to the dogs, but I mean Brian Steele and Westmoreland, they've been doing a hell of a job of casting doubt. So I'm gonna see what the defense have prepared because the prosecution is supposed to be resting their case this week.
That's gonna be interesting. I feel like this really.
I'm heard about that juror.
You heard about the juror? Hey, I mean, I really feel like this is.
I feel like that should be a mistrial.
A mistrial because I mean, the juror was probably sent in by Diddy's people in the first place. I mean, if you want to talk about it, they probably had him planted in that jury in the first place. Because why was you not knowing where you stay? Why you live in New Jersey but say that you live in New York? Why are you confused about that? But I just feel like it's really a good example of people gonna be with you for a certain amount of time, and then whenever something go wrong, when it hit the fan, hey, they out of there, they disappearing. So you got your real ones gonna ride with you, but it's looking like
that's real tough.
Yeah, because like I said, taking advantage of everything that Diddy was doing for them for the longest, for years and years. Most of this stuff has been going on for. They basically a lot of the stuff is like 30 years of stuff that y'all are saying has happened, and there's men, women, bodyguards. Everybody knew this stuff was going on, and y'all wait till one moment to go ahead and finally say it. But we're gonna see how it go. It's a lot of free comments.
We got 2 free Diddies in the comment, but that trial, I told you that trial brought some doubt, man.
That's some free Diddies in the comments, man. We're gonna see how it go. I mean, this trial has been interesting to say the least, for sure. The stuff that's been coming out has been crazy, but we're gonna see. Some of my friends were saying, like, they were saying basically they feel like Diddy's mama is to blame for all of it, but I don't know. They say she started all of it. All right, let's get into our last topic of the night. There was a man in Florida who says that he's been paying $2,500 in rent to live with his girlfriend. And then he found out that she's only paying $106 a month because she's on housing. How would y'all feel about this if y'all found that check? That check for $106 when you've been giving her $2,500 a month.
He a simp ass nigga. That's all I got to say. Because how do you not know how much rent is? Like, you're not even on the lease, bro, and you paying $2,500 a month. I got to see the lease, man. I got to be on the lease. You know what I'm saying? I'm dishing out this bucket.
No, for real.
Nah,
Don't get the
that's
sympathy
shiesty
you
right
want.
there. And Shawty ain't never loved him. Yeah, take her to court. Take her to court. That's shiesty. Shawty never loved him. Yeah, she doesn't like him. Shawty ain't trying to build. You taking that money, you probably ain't even putting it towards nothing substantial. Shawty gotta go, man. She gotta go. And you're going to court for deception. Yeah, we're gonna have to drag you.
I'm wondering if they got kids together. Like, at least if you got maybe a baby together, maybe that make a little bit more sense. But that's a big gap. Like, you got $2,400 extra a month that you just taking from this man. And he looked like he working in the hot sun. He had a construction outfit on, y'all.
Yeah.
He looked like he working in the hot sun.
She's like, but I'm like, dude, you
Yeah.
can't be that.
Yeah.
You can't be that naive to be giving her $2,500 a month to pay her rent. Like, why is you even staying with her anyway if you not on the lease? If you can't control, if you don't have partial control of that, you know what I'm saying? Because she could put you out at any time, and you giving her $2,500 a month.
For real.
But that money's so good, that $2,400 a month is so good. She keeping you around and doing her thug thizzle on the side, probably.
For real. That's crazy.
It's just like, yeah, I don't understand that. I'm not coming out for $2,500 a month, and I gotta physically sign a lease. You know what
She
I'm
must be bad. She must.
I
be
wonder who told him.
daddy for real. he said
he say he found the voucher.
He found it. That's an immediate breakup.
They found the voucher. I'm surprised he knew what he was looking at though. Because sometimes you just work, pay the bills, you know what I'm saying? But somebody in the comments say that's his Bearder said that's his fault. Nah, man, he thought he could come home, give her the money, and she'd take care of it. She sure was taking care of it. Dang, that sucks, man.
Taking care of it right to the bank. That's one of them situations. It's like, hey, we break up, and I'm finna send my sister over here to come fight you, because at that point, that's a lot of money you didn't stole from me, for real. You still.
She cashing out every check.
And the kids,
every month.
If the kids ain't getting nothing nice, if you ain't doing nothing right with your money, we still struggling our groceries in the house, I'm feeling some type of way, bro. Like, it's best for me to leave that house because I'm about to go insane in the membrane, like Cypress Hill say shit.
That's if they have kids. I don't even know if they have kids. I'm just assuming like $2,400 a month that you just taking off top. Like, you gotta have somebody else there. And then she on housing, so usually you have kids when you're on housing, but that don't mean that they his. That's another
Exactly.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
He's getting played real bad. I hope this was just like a social media joke. I hope that that's what that was, because
that's what I was thinking. Is this even real? Because I be leery about some of them posts that people be making, and I'm like, is this even real? Like, how do you get played like that, bro?
Bearded Conversation said he better keep her now. There's no way you want to keep nobody like that. Why would you keep her?
I can't trust. You can't trust what she's telling you, man.
Can't trust nothing.
Like, they should be off housing and in a house. Nah, for real. Because he paid it for how long?
No, but she knew she
was for real.
All in the bank. I want to see what her bank is like right now. Because if she wasn't saving that money and she was spending that $20 a month too, that's even worse, man. Like, you could at least been pocketing and put it in the bank account, stacking your money up, but she probably spending it, not even doing nothing with it. She must be out of his.
But you know what, Demir? Now I see what you're saying. We give black people, if we give black people reparations, we bound to misuse those funds. Most certainly, because she definitely getting reparations, and I don't think she even invested that money correctly.
Probably not.
Nothing but a liar.
She must have been out of his league. He must have felt like he had to pay the price.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that, you know what? That makes sense right there. But that go back to what Demir said. Simple ass nigga.
Like, they came alive towards the end of the stream.
Yeah, the shit.
Yeah, I think the political stuff is cool, but they want to hear that. They want to hear that what's going on in the internet streets.
That's what y'all want to hear, Chat. We'll bring it to y'all next week.
Nah, yeah, for real. It was slow motion. You know, we do have to keep y'all up on the politics, though. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the president we got. If it wasn't Trump in office, we wouldn't even probably have to talk about no politics. But every week, it's something. It's something every week. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all again for spending the block with us. That concludes this episode, and we'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate all the love. It was definitely real this week, y'all.